Senator star center Jason Spezza is heading south to Dallas as part of a 5-player deal that also involves a draft pick. I'm Kerry Chow, joined by ESPN The Magazine senior NHL writer Craig Custance. Craig, what do you make of this deal for both sides, starting with Dallas?
Well, for the Dallas Stars, this is huge for them because if you look at what's happening in the Western Conference, especially the teams that Dallas is going to be facing in the playoffs potentially, you have to be strong down the middle. And you look at the Kings and how they have 4 centers, and you look at the Ducks and how they added Ryan Kessler to go with Ryan Getzlaf, and the Chicago Blackhawks are anchored by Jonathan Toews. And what Jim Nill has been able to do now in just 2 off seasons is trade for 2 high-end centers in Tyler Seguin and now Jason Spezza. And really that makes the Stars able to compete in the West.
Yeah, considering you have the combination of Seguin and Spezza, how good can these Stars be? As you mentioned, the Kings, of course, they're the defending Stanley Cup champs, and the Ducks making big moves. Can they pass them on paper?
Well, I don't think they're going to pass them anytime soon, but they certainly kept pace. And I know internally with the Stars there was some concerns. They made the playoffs this last year. I know GM Jim Nill told his players, look, we can't rest just because we got to the playoffs. All these teams are going to get better. And so what the Stars were able to do is keep up with some of these teams in the West. And still, they've got a lot of good young players. And really, that's where the closing of the gap is going to happen under Jim Nill. They've got Valeri Nichushkin, who was really good for them last year. In all these trades for Seguin and Spezza, they didn't give up a first-round pick, so they'll continue to draft and develop. And really, that's going to be the key for Dallas down the road.
All right, what do you make of the deal for the Senators?
Yeah, for them it's a little harder, right? Because I know Brian Murray, the general manager, was trying to get a first-round pick at some point in return for Jason Spezza. Ultimately had to settle here for a few prospects in a 2015 second-round pick. So I think on some level there has to be disappointment. But to Brian Murray's credit, he had to deal with a smaller list because of Jason Spezza's no-trade clause. He had a deal completed with the Nashville Predators that was nixed by the Spezza camp. So he was dealing with a limited market here.
That's ESPN The Magazine senior NHL writer Craig Custance. Craig, thanks as always. I'm Kerry Chow with your latest ESPN headline.